Wham! Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
And good Saturday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Catch Our Drift. Joining me in studio, Miranda Drake.
Hey, let me get this out there before we start. Hey, dumbass at the light, staring at your phone. No one cares about your Facebook updated status. No one cares. Okay, you may continue.
You had a little issue coming into work today, didn't you?
No, I'm just feeling that, though, that somebody out there listening is looking at their phone. At a light.
Goodness.
Or while driving.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's my mother's birthday today. Mark or June. Happy birthday to you. So, there you go.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Gary's mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. There you go. Okay, let's take care of a little business here. Sound Financial Services are in 810-231-7576. If you have not checked your financial retirement strategies lately, you should do so. And you can go to Sound Financial Services. Talk to Jerry Rapovs, 810-231-7576. Take it seriously. There's a new commercial out there about putting a little extra money aside, 1% or something like that. So if you haven't been saving enough money, now is probably the time to start saving a little bit. On
the American Dream, it's a coincidence that you bring this up, but I brought up that 41% of Americans have no retirement savings whatsoever. Wow. 7% have less than $10,000, and the median amount is between $10,000 and $20,000 for the whole country. Yeah. Median amount.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, speaking of that, too, I put something up on the Daily Drift, and that's what we do every day, or every Saturday anyways, on the Drift Radio Show. We go over the news we put on the Daily Drift. If you're not going there, it's the news you need to know. But I put a story up there. 45% of Americans pay no income tax.
I brought that up as well.
Did you?
Weird. Wow. What a coincidence.
Dude, get out of my head.
People are probably thinking, oh, you guys are just going to, you planned all this. No, I had no idea.
Yes, I didn't listen to your guy's show. But yeah, 45. So when I saw the article, I had to put it up there. I'm thinking to myself, who the heck is not paying their fair share, Bernie? If 45% of us, that's almost half, are not paying, I want somebody to pay something, a buck. Put a little skin in the game. Mm-hmm. There's no reason, even if you're doing nothing but getting money, you should be giving back a buck, something.
I don't have it in front of me, but if I recall, the top 1%, they get all the heat. Occupy Wall Street clowns, all this populist nonsense. The top 1%, they pay 87% of federal income tax.
Yeah.
87%.
I don't get this whole fair share thing. I don't know how you don't pay federal income. Even as a 14-year-old, when I had my first job that money was taken out of my bank account or out of my check, I was paying, and I probably didn't make but $3,000 or $4,000 that year if I was lucky to make that much. But I still paid like 20-odd% at the end of the year.
I work in radio, and I still have to pay.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And all you young kids out there who love Bernie Sanders and you want your fair share, start paying your taxes, man. Because obviously you're not. You've got to be part of that 45% that pays nothing.
And Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, to a lesser degree, the Republicans. I mean, you can only squeeze so much blood out of a turnip, as the cliche goes, because eventually that top 1% or that top 20%, those that are actually providing jobs in this country, they're going to, as Ayn Rand said, they're going to shrug. Yeah. Atlas shrug, and they're just going to walk away and say, why should I keep participating in a system that takes all of my wealth? Every time I try to create something, it's taken from me, redistributed to those that are not contributing to innovation, technology, trying to keep us ahead of the curve against the world. Because let's make no mistake about it. We are in competition with the world. And one of the reasons that people are looking at Trump, because of his soundbite of, we don't win at anything anymore. Right. We don't win against China. We don't win against Mexico. And people understand that. How he's going to get us to win, I'm not totally sure on that, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm, we're 2 weeks away from our Michigan primary. And I always tell people in the primary, go ahead and vote your conscience. So whether that's a Cruz, a Rubio, a Kasich, whoever, or Trump, I I'm kind of leaning toward Trump, but I won't know until March 8th when I step foot in the booth.
You may know March 1st. Whether it's even worth making a trip.
Super Tuesday is this upcoming Tuesday, a few days away, and that will be a big, big teller. If Cruz or Rubio don't at least pull their home states, I think they're done.
How can Cruz be in a tie with Trump in Texas?
Yeah, I
mean, Trump makes a point on that. That is pathetic.
I don't know that I believe any of the polls anymore.
Sure.
So I'm not going to say that it's going to be a big sweep. I don't know.
But shouldn't he be leading by 20 points?
You would think.
In his own state?
You would think. On Twitter, I get a lot of anti-Cruz people who, really don't like him. The thing that breaks my heart more than anything else is at the beginning of this cycle, Trump people loved Cruz people loved Trump. It was all right. It was one or the other. You know what I mean? But as soon as they got into their nasty little fracas, all of a sudden the hate just came out, and the divide is so bad now. I don't know that Cruz people will vote for Trump, or Trump people will vote for Cruz. The split has gotten pretty severe. I mean, there was a few people that, like myself, who will still go either way. I'm happy with either of those two guys. If I have to pull a lever for Rubio, I'm not going to be happy, but I'm going to do it. What else choice do we have? I'm not voting for Bernie. I'm not voting for Hillary, the liar, Clinton. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. So, but speaking of. Do you want to?
I was just going to say, do you ever see a reconciliation? Let's say Trump wins the nomination and he wants to, there's theories out there about making Cruz as vice president. Do you ever see that ever coming together, especially now? I never saw it, but especially now when Trump makes the claim, you're not even eligible to run for president because you're not a naturalized American citizen. You're the biggest liar I've ever seen, or I'm paraphrasing there. There's something wrong with this guy. All the accusations about stealing votes from Ben Carson. Do you ever see them coming together for
interestingly
practical
enough,
reasons?
Yeah, about a week or two ago on the Daily Drift, we had a story where Donald Trump somebody asked him, would you ever consider Cruz for vice president? He said, I would not rule him out. And that's where he left it at, which tells me, Donald is not a dumb man. I don't know that VP is the right spot for Ted anyways. Attorney General, maybe, or Supreme Court. Now, this whole lying thing is... But you know what? This is the ultimate competition, and I wouldn't expect any of these guys to be pulling their punches.
How about ambassador to Mexico?
For the wall. We need an emissary to help.
And Trump's strategy is he wants Cruz on the other side of the wall.
All right, well,
let's
take a break, and when we come back, we're going to jump into some more about the Nevada caucus and this latest debate that we just passed through. So we'll see you on the other side.
Wham Radio has partnered with Club Half to give our listeners a new and easy way to get half off your favorite food and fun activities all over town. Get $50 in gift certificates for only $25. Listen to Wham for the featured business. Then go to whamradio.com anytime and click on the Club Half logo. You'll be on your way to huge savings and fantastic times. Offers are limited, so don't wait to get the whole experience with Club Half. Club Half. Club Half.
This week's Club Half offer is Bands 36. Bands 36 is the new revolution in weight loss. With resistance bands training, you'll quickly lose fat, improve muscle tone, enhance overall health and fitness, and much more at Bands 36. Not sure how to train with resistance bands? No problem. Bands 36 always has a personal trainer at your disposal at no extra cost. Say goodbye to boring workouts and try Bands 36 half off today by visiting whamradio.com and clicking on the Club Half logo.
If your home needs a bit of sprucing up, think Plymouth Door in downtown Plymouth. Plymouth Door is your garage door, opener, and storm door expert. Stop into the showroom conveniently located in downtown Plymouth and get inspired. See their large selection and style of doors, all in one place. Select your doors, schedule the installation, and call for service on any new or existing doors and openers. Emergency service is available. Locally owned and operated, Plymouth Door can handle your sprucing up from beginning to end. Their staff has experienced installing and servicing garage doors, openers, and storm doors from leading door manufacturers since 1977. Plymouth Door's technicians are licensed, insured, trustworthy, and reliable.
Plymouth Door's got the best service, warranty, and prices. Visit PlymouthDoor.com. Call 734-459-3667. Plymouth Door, where the service and quality come home.
Get ready to fall in love at Firekeepers this February. It's the Power of Love GMC giveaway Saturday, February 27th. You could win one of 4 new GMCs. How does a shiny Acadia crossover sound? Need more room? There's a Yukon SUV. Got stuff to haul? No problem. We've got a Sierra pickup too. Or if midsize is more your style, how about a Terrain? We're giving them all away, guaranteed. Earn entries all month long. Then be here Saturday, February 27th, when we give away 4 new GMCs, one every 2 hours, starting at 4 p.m. Don't miss the Power of Love GMC giveaway, only at Firekeepers. Get your Vegas on at Firekeepers Casino Hotel. I-94 to exit 104 in Battle Creek. FirekeepersCasino.com. Management reserves all rights.
At AFP, they realize tax dollars are taxpayer dollars and work hard to minimize the role of government in our lives. A government by and for the people allows businesses and families to make long-term plans and take economic risks without fear of undue interference. Join other AFP members in Michigan and across America by joining for free today. Receive their free newsletter and stay up to date with their action alerts. Visit americansforprosperity.org/Michigan for more information.
Hey, are you looking for a home church or do not have any place physical to worship at right now? Then join WHAM every Sunday morning for WHAM Weekend Worship. At 9:30, it's the Christian Science Sentinel. At 10 o'clock, it's Bethlehem United Church of Christ in Ann Arbor. And at 11 a.m., it's the First Presbyterian Church of Ann Arbor. And at noon, it's The Intersection with Pastor Sean Todd, a church like no other. And then at 12:30, we wrap it up with the Lutheran Hour. So join us here at WHAM Radio or online at whamradio.com.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to Catch Our Drift. Joining me in studio, Brandon Drake.
Hey, let's assume that Hillary becomes the nominee of the Democrats, and then she's indicted. And let's assume that Cruz is the nominee, which he probably won't be, but let's assume that he is, and he's ruled not a naturalized American citizen. We start all over.
That could be very, very ugly, couldn't it?
That could be very embarrassing, too.
Here, I'm going to say that I don't think Hillary Clinton may either get the nomination or certainly cannot win the general election. I think the tarnish has gotten so bad. And, Derek, you have a track. I want to play this real quick. And I lost one of our callers. Chris, if you're listening, call back in. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I'm a retard when it comes to that button stuff here and technology in the studio. So, but let's play this. This is a Marine stood up at a Bill Clinton speech rally and started asking about Benghazi. And, of course, Bill went off on him, and people have probably heard this at the top of the Drudge, but there's a lady who was videotaping him then speaks up afterward. And so let's listen to this little interchange. And I think people have really lost respect for Bill, a lot of them anyways. Go ahead and play that, Derek.
That's what's wrong. His mind has been poisoned by lies, and he won't listen.
Hillary lied over 4 coffins. 4 coffins. She lied, and she lied to his family. So all those families are liars? No, all those families are liars. I want to know.
Yes.
Did she lie?
Will you give me a chance to answer?
What answer? Did she lie?
Will you give me a chance?
Did she lie?
No.
She didn't lie. Those families are lying?
Let's go through it. Will you listen
I'm not going to shut.
I feel so bad for Bill at this point. You know what? Bill, stop trying to help your wife and just go home and have a cigar, man.
He sounds as old as Bernie Sanders' father. What's happened to him?
He has
deteriorated badly. He's 69 years old, as we looked up before the show. I saw him on Kimmel a year or so ago, and I thought he was in like maybe the last stages of
something going on.
Something. I mean, his brain is not right.